for being here, you guys. Appreciate it. So premise behind this presentation, just want to kind of teach you guys a little bit about running mechanics, because track and field is my background, along with strength and conditioning. But hopefully you guys come away with some new cueing or something to look for when you're teaching your athletes like proper running mechanics, and then also incorporating like plyometrics both inside the weight room and then out on the track or on the field or wherever. Okay. So my background, I was a collegiate track athlete at NAU. I was mainly a pole vaulter, but then did long and triple as well. A little bit of running, but mostly pole vault. I also coach pole vault, and I'm the head girls track coach at Desert Vista, and then an assistant cross country coach. Been coaching for 10 plus years, teaching for 10 years at Desert Vista. This year is my first year being in charge of the track and field and cross country class for strength and conditioning. And then I also work with soccer and hockey. At DV, we're really fortunate that we have freshman weight training. So I have a freshman all girls class for all the athletes. I've been doing that for 10 years. And then the Gen Pop weight training as well. So a little humor here to start out. So we work with a wide variety of athletes. Everybody runs, but we run a little differently. That's not how we pole vault. Okay. So this guy also has a really funny video of actors running. Check that one out. But Clay. Yeah. Okay. So basically, why are running mechanics important? So it improves our running economy. Why do we want to improve running economy? So increasing our PR or decreasing our PR makes us more efficient runners. Okay, so we are wasting less energy. Injury prevention, so common injuries that you might see within your athletes, stress fractures or lower body stress fractures, various tendonitis, Osgood-Schlatter's, and especially in young men. And then shin splints. Shin splints is something that I've been dealing with a lot in my program. And so I'm trying to incorporate different exercises in the weight room, looking at their, again, running mechanics to try and minimize that. So with shin splints, what I've been trying to do with my group this year is a lot of like self-massage of the calves, increasing ankle mobility, and then also just like overall strength. Okay. There's some formal definitions of like what running mechanics are. But again, for you guys, I just want to give you guys a couple like cues or things that you should look at when you're working with your athletes. So how do we go from running like Phoebe to running like Forrest? What are some like cues that you already give your athletes when you're doing different running drills or anything like that? There's some cues that you give them. Yeah. Laces high. Oh, I like that. Laces high, tallest sky. Again, with these, like, if you can find a different way of saying something for a kid, it might click, because they might hear one coach say something the same way all the time, but then hear a different cue and it's like a light bulb. So I haven't heard that. Laces high. So talking about like dorsiflexion, right? Yeah. I like that. So I always say like pull your toes up. Okay. dorsiflexion. What else?
So like for example, we're doing wickets, working on strides. I'll say toe up, knee up, reach.
Ooh, I
So
like that.
just so that they have that reiteration of gotta pull the knee up. You guys got kids that look like they're almost like walking when they're trying to run.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like side shuffling.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Okay, what else?
I use them like chin to holster a lot.
Chin to holster, cheek to cheek, right? Cheek to pocket. Good. In the pole vault world, we get a lot of gymnasts, so they'll try and go toes pointed when they're running. So always trying to, again, pull those laces up or strike with the balls of your feet. What else? What else do you guys say? Okay. I like that. I haven't heard that one. I like that one. So throw the breadcrumbs. I like that. I've heard so with your hands, like you want to have relaxed hands because we don't want any like added tension anywhere. So that's just like wasted energy. I've heard holds like you're holding drumsticks. Okay, so keep it nice and relaxed. Okay, what else?
Another one, I'd say soft feet, not stone feet.
Ooh, soft feet.
So soft when you hit, don't be tight. If it sounds like Sasquatch running.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Hear that a lot when we're doing drills. They're just like pounding their feet and it just sounds so painful, right? So I say like light like a ninja or quiet like a ninja. Hoppy poppy on the balls of your feet is something that I always say a lot. Yeah. What else?
Eyes on the horizon.
Ooh, eyes on the horizon. Eyes up. Yep. They like to stare at the ground. I always say ground's not going anywhere. Not going to hit a hole, hopefully not. But yeah, eyes up. I always give the example of like when we're running, obviously, like in sports, if your eyes are down, you're not going to be able to see the play. You're not going to be able to see your opponent, your wide open teammates. So we need to keep our eyes up for sure. Um, good, guys. I'm going to skip Forest, move on. Okay, so I went to Exos a couple years ago and did just like a little running clinic there. So this was like their 7 keys to proper running mechanics. So if you can like kind of keep these in your toolbox, some things to look for, and then I'll send you guys this PowerPoint as well. So I got some videos that are examples of the different drills. So again, you guys hit a lot of these already. So pulling our toes up, so keeping that dorsiflexion, okay? Striking right in front of our opposite toe, trying not to overstride. And that's what I see a lot of kids doing, especially like heel striking. So if we're heel striking, like what do you think is going to happen? And these are conversations that I have with my students to try and to get them to think a little bit of like the why behind things. So this is exactly what I do with my kids. So if I'm heel striking, like what's going to happen? Yeah, they're breaking. Okay, I'm breaking myself. And then also, like, after a while, what's going to happen? Hamstring injuries. Okay, putting a lot of tension on my hip, my knee, just like a lot of unnecessary, like, torque or pressure. So, again, like trying to strike right in front of our opposite toe, thinking of like a Z action. Okay. Keeping your torso engaged. So, being nice and tall helps with breathing. Okay. We don't want to be hunched over. Okay. Relax those iron fists. So again, we just don't want unnecessary tension. So a lot of kids try and like clench their fists. Like we're not trying to uppercut people when we're running. Okay, we want to keep nice and relaxed. Okay, same thing. Keep our shoulders back and down. Don't want to be hunched up like this. Okay, just because we're like kids think they're like trying harder doesn't mean that it's like better. Okay? Again, wasted energy. So keep your shoulders back and down, your chest lifted. Again, opening up the airways, keeping us nice and relaxed. Look for your angles. So 90-degree, again with the elbow, cheek to cheek, but then also like with our knees too. So over exaggerating here. Okay? And then eyes up. So again, you guys nailed a lot of these. Just kind of thinking of like checking the boxes as you're watching your kids. So this is like a basic warm up that I'll do with track kids, with my soccer, pretty much with anybody. So start out with them dynamic stretching, going into the running drills. We're going to do these in a little bit, okay, if you want to participate. Again, this is just kind of my general warm up of reinforcing like good running form and like the cues that we talk about, okay? So we'll do this here in a little bit. So this is Sherry Hawkins. So she is a U.S. heptathlete. She has some really good videos online. I definitely suggest you guys like follow her on any social media. She has a ton of the drills, but a really good way of like explaining like what to do, what not to do. So I'm not going to play these, but they're in here for you guys. You need to try. So again, all the same. Sorry, all the same drills that we're going to be doing. Those are the videos of her explaining them. Okay. So I'll do like my running mechanics with my kids, and then we'll phase into doing plyometrics. So my plyometric drills I'll do on like a Wednesday. So at DV we have shorter days on Wednesdays. So classes are about 35 minutes really without like with dress out time and stuff. So I'll do our running mechanics and then do some light plyos out on the turf or in the weight room. So why do we want to like have running mechanics or sorry, plyometrics? So improves motion control or motor control. Helps prevent injuries, so strengthening muscles, but also improves our joint stability. So again, strengthening all of our like surrounding muscles, okay, strengthening our tendons, everything that like we need as athletes. Okay, improves overall power and speed. So speed of execution of the movement, so how our reactions, and then enhances coordination. So again, these are just some drills that I will do on a Wednesday with them. Pretty easy, pretty light. I don't want to bang them up too much. We only go about 10 yards, and again, you guys will be doing these here in a little bit as well. Okay? Just some examples of like my cross country kids doing them. I'm not going to play these. I want to get to the fun stuff. But I do want to show you these drills. So these are called pogo drills. This was my biggest takeaway when I went to that clinic at Exos. These were the drills that we did where I was like, oh, this is like really good. And it takes the kids a while to get the hang of them. But once they do, I really like them. So these were 3 of my pole vaulters. This was the first day we had done them in like a really long time. I needed some video of them. So I'll play the video and then we'll talk about it. So pogo drills are basically just like reinforcing, striking, and creating force through like basically the balls of our feet. Okay. So first one is a mini. So you're just going like very low, like below the ankle. This is what it should look like. The third girl. Okay, so it just kind of was funny that it ended up being the order of like beginner, a little bit better, and then like what the drill should look like. Yeah, so if I just do nope, nope, nope. Yep, tech guy. So again, she's really straight-legged here, okay? You can see her toe flexing a little bit more, and then she's really flexing that toe, trying to create that force. So when you're doing these drills, you should feel like you're floating, I tell my kids. So again, we'll practice these too. Some of you might look like the first girl, and that's okay. Okay. Some of you might be a little bit more advanced. But again, it's reinforcing where we should be striking on the balls of our feet. Okay. So that one is a mini. So it's just basically right below the ankle. Okay. And then the next one, mid, you're going a little bit higher up to your ankle. Or I say you're like your tube sock. So again, a little bit more knee bending than what I would like, but focus on their toes or their feet. So really seeing that they're creating that force, okay, that drive. Can you play that again?
Yeah.
So yeah, really try to pull that toe up, and it takes them a little while to get this. They think it's kind of like silly at first, but once they get it, they're like, that feels pretty cool. And then going to the next one, can't get to it. Okay, yeah. So then you like work into a progression, okay? I tried to have them do this progression. They didn't know what the heck I was talking about, so I had to step in. So you just set out some cones. So you start mini, and then you're going a little bit higher, and then highest. From there, you can progress to a sprint, which like they feel super fast. You feel super fast when you're doing that. So it's just again reinforcing, creating force through your toes, okay, through your feet, and then getting that knee up, okay, and staying like hoppy and poppy, okay. So I'll play that one more time. So again, mini, below the ankle, over the ankle, and then up to the calf. And then from there, I would go into like a sprint. Okay. So again, you feel super fast when you're doing that. So these are just like some playos that I've started to incorporate this semester on my lower body days. I'll usually incorporate, I do a lot of mini band work, but then I've been incorporating a lot of hurdle stuff. Again, trying to minimize like the shin splints that I'm dealing with my my track athletes. Okay, so having a little bit more. I don't know the word I'm looking for. This guy, this is a soccer player, so I do this drill with soccer and hockey. He is like the chef's kiss. Any drill, any exercise I have him do, it's like perfect. Okay, I tried to show this as an example, and it was terrible. I was like, Caleb, come and show. This is what it should look like. He is way more athletic than I am. So go ahead and play that one. So again, just kind of playing with hurdles and hopping over. Okay, so doing a lot of lateral work with my soccer and hockey guys, more so than my track kids. I like what I like about the hurdles is like I'll have a drill set up, but then I see them like adding to it to up the level, up the ante. Then they're doing it single leg, so that it becomes like a competition, becomes a game. So they always enjoy doing like the plyos. Then I have my box to hurdle. So these are track kids, again, having them stomp down, hop and a hop up, landing softly. So just like coming up with different combinations. And then you can even like just, again, put out some boxes, put out some hurdles, and have your kids come up with their own. And they just like try and one up each other all the time. You can go to the next. Again, just a couple more. So like progression. So we started out with just like hopping over hurdles one at a time, then add two, then we added the box. So it's just like, again, each week adding something a little bit more to change the stressor a little bit. And then once they get comfortable, going into a single leg. This kid's a lacrosse kid. So again, this is like one that I didn't have prescribed, but I look over and he created his own, and I was like, hey, let me film that real quick. So again, just working on some more lateral work here. Sticking the landing, absorbing the shock, being explosive. Next. Okay, and then last, so it's just like trying to make it fun. Okay, so they like competition. Saw this game on, I think some on Twitter, some CrossFit gym. So we did rock, paper, scissors battle. So again, it's just like they're kids ultimately, right? They like to jump over things. They like to have competition. They like to play games. So on Fridays, I usually try and have some sort of a game. So we did the rock, paper, scissors battle. So they kind of cheated on this one, but I'm going to play. So create your own little obstacle course. They're doing single leg hops and they're trying to get to the very end. Such a cheater. But he's like 6'6", so. So again, just like trying to keep it interesting with them. And then I can't take credit for this. Coach Crowell, I don't know, was watching American Ninja Warrior or something and came up with an obstacle course. Again, this was just on a Friday, and we had the kids make it. And so they had the rubber plates, and then on the other row we had our boxes, and then just like, again, trying to make it fun and have them do something different. Okay?
I'm Michaela Bubak, and I am at Papillion La Vista Community Schools in Omaha, Nebraska. So I was a graduate assistant sports performance coach at Arizona State, and when I was there, originally I started off and I was kind of thinking I wanted to go to the collegiate route, and the more I was there at ASU, I'd see these kids coming in as 18-year-old kids, and they'd had like 3 knee surgeries, and they'd had all these issues, and I'm like, you're 18 years old, why is this happening? So I was kind of like, well, let's like start to get to the root source, like where is this coming from? Are kids not learning how to lift in high school? Like I want them to come into college and be ready to go and not have to medical redshirt freshman year. So I kind of started looking into the high school realm and got connected with, I don't know if it was Leanne Blinn maybe, at ASU put me in touch with Rob. I think that's kind of how Rob Brokaw, and I got started. So he was in Nebraska at the time, which is my home, and so he kind of got me rolling into the high school sector and put me in touch with the NHSSCA, and like, you really need to get in with this program, like it's gonna be really great as far as like guiding you, and lots of people that will be mentoring you and looking over you, and just kind of pushing you in the right direction. So that's kind of how I got started in that, and how he kind of pointed me to that. So. I didn't know what to expect coming here. You kept bringing up the Facebook group, and I'm part of it. I just don't spend a lot of time for why, I don't know. But when I got here, and kind of like looking through like the events and how everyone was posting on the Facebook page, just how everyone was so excited to come together and just like family get together, like once a year. I was like, oh geez, this is gonna be really cool. And just being here and watching everybody, just like, I mean, they keep saying family, it totally is. So that's been really cool. People that I've just like gone up and just like introduced myself to, and they're like putting their arm around me, and they're like walking me through everything, like, let's go to these booths together, like let's talk and like connect, and not even just about like strength and conditioning, but just like getting to know me, like where are you from, like what's your story. And so that's been cool. Like they kept talking about relationships last night. I mean, that's how this stuff all starts, like, and it's not even just like how we interact with our students, it's like, this is how we're gonna grow together as like as a community and as a family. So that's been really cool. And it's like, I know that there's people that I've met here that I'm like, even if I only met them for one day and we only chatted for one day, like they're gonna be there if I need help, or if I call them up sometime, like. I would say absolutely go for it. Yeah, like I said, I'm a little bit newer to this, and I am kind of kicking myself now for not trying to like be more involved. But I mean, I think it's totally worth it. Just because sometimes it feels lonely when you're like in the middle like of your daily grind, especially at the high school level, and it might just be you coaching 400 kids a day. But just to know that you have people around you that are like, yeah, we're going through the same thing, but like here's how I get through it. So it's just encouraging to have people that you're kind of like, yes, I've been in the same boat. Here's what I've done. So I feel like it's good to just have people that got your back. And that can also just teach you and just give you new ideas, and just because high school is like an anomaly, there's just nothing like it, especially at the strength and conditioning level. So. Yeah, I would say absolutely it's a necessary thing to be a part of, and especially not only like being like in the group and being a member of it, but like going to the events and like being face to face with other coaches that are just going through the same things. So yeah.
Like my athletes, okay? So we'll do an ankle cradle. So pulling up on the ankle, push down on the knee, okay, a couple steps. Then we'll go to the table. Couple steps in between. We'll do the modified version. Usually I go down and back, but getting the glutes ready, getting the hips ready. Next one, kicks, kick walks, Frankensteins, toy soldiers, whatever you want to call them. So opposite knee, or sorry, opposite foot, opposite hand. Okay. After that, we go backward, not backwards, but split kick. So right here, okay, take a couple steps, the leg back. If you kick someone, they get to kick you. That is my kid's favorite line. Good. After that, side to side, nice and low, and rotate, making sure that our toes are following our knees. I'm feeling that one a little bit. Did a little December yesterday. Okay. And then scoops right here. Straighten that front leg, bend the back leg. Reaching for that toe, feel it in our hamstrings, our glutes. Okay, go ahead and walk back. So again, I would do that for about 10 yards there and back. That's our dynamic warm up. Okay, so some of the drills for running. So first one will be ankling. So thinking about if you were riding a like tiny tricycle, okay, that is basically what you're trying to do. Or if you had a wooden peg going from your ankle, you're trying to go over it, okay? So, or like dribbling a little soccer ball or something like that. So this is just ankling right here. All right, let's just go down. Good. And we all did it. You guys all did it. We're all like this. Okay, so practicing eyes up, right? Ground's not going anywhere, right? Yeah, your tricycle. Okay, after that, we do butt kickers, but not like butt kickers like this. Okay, I hate this drill. We're going to go cycling. So thinking about tucking that heel into our glute and then driving that knee up. So right here. Okay, go ahead. Practicing how we run. We don't run like this, right? Straight leg bound. So right here, again, reinforcing, striking on the balls of our feet. You can have a slight lean and then be nice and tall. Go ahead. Good. Okay. A skip. This is the best drill you can do for runners. Okay. So a skip is just an over exaggeration of everything. So you're going to get a little rhythm here, pulling that toe up, okay, driving that knee, and then making sure we're incorporating our arms. Okay. Go ahead. Good. I like that we all remember how to skip. Have you guys seen the videos lately of like asking older individuals, older family members if they can skip? They're pretty funny. So you guys pass the test, okay? B skip, so just the next progression from an A skip, but you're gonna strike down and try and pull the track back, okay? So right here. Okay, don't wanna kick the door down, okay? Just a slight paw down and pulling back, okay? Go ahead. Very nice. Okay, good. Working on a little coordination. Now we're gonna go fast leg, okay? So get a little jog here, a little shuffle, and then just striking down, okay? So think about a train, okay? So a train wheel or conductor. Ready, go. Right leg only, right leg only. Yep, working on that coordination, okay? If kids have never done it before, okay, they're gonna like pause, okay? So you can have them like stay stationary and like do it, and then like work to progress to movement. So let's try left leg. Go for it. Good. And then the next progression would be alternating. Okay, we'll skip that one today. Unless you guys want to. Okay, and then from there, let's see. Go ahead and walk back. And then from there, I would end with some A-skip buildups. So don't really have the room in here to do it, but basically I'll do like 3 to 4 of them, get water, come back and do plyometrics. So I would do A-skips for 10 yards and then sprints for like another 20 yards or so, and then do a walk back, okay? So essentially, like, do I do it in here? Okay, so essentially you're just doing an A-skip for 10 yards, and then you're like going into a sprint. Okay, I know that wasn't a sprint, but you guys get the idea. So it's reinforcing, again, good habits, because when you do this, the first thing you're going to see when kids hit that 10-yard mark, they're going to go like this, and they're going to go like this. So doing the A-skip is telling them, again, stay up nice and tall, over-exaggerate that knee drive, and then make sure we're pumping those arms instead of going here instantly. Okay, so that's a good drill to incorporate there. So again, that's like the first half of my class, and then we go into plyometrics. I'm gonna do a couple of those drills and then call it a day. I got time. So first one, bunny hops. Okay, so bunny hops, feet together. Okay, we'll go same distance. So we go forward and then backward. We'll just do forward today. Okay, go ahead. Huh? Oh, I'm curious, Ken. Good. With this one, you'll see a lot of kids try to do the stagger. Okay. So again, try and keep feet together, nice and low. We can go backwards. Go for it. Backwards. It's Jake. Okay, after that, so jackrabbit. So again, getting a little bit higher and now incorporating our arms to try and create a little bit more force. There you go. That's all right. That's okay. All right, go for it. So again, keeping those feet together. With the first one, the bunny hops, I'll say, see how many you can get within like this short amount of time. So you're trying to get like a larger number. It's not a race. With the jackrabbits, I want to have like a smaller number or short number. So I'm creating more force. Single leg. Okay, so single leg. Let's go right leg there, and then we'll go left leg back. Okay, ready, go. Good, yeah. So I like that some of you guys were already kind of like cycling that opposite leg. Okay, that's good. And then, yeah, always incorporate your arms. With this one too, I always challenge my kids to keep their opposite leg up. Again, trying to cycle and not be comfortable here. Okay, so again, we never want to have like our knee pointing down when we're running. Always want it up.
You want the kids to also pull their knee up, so like after the jump, full cycle, or are we good?
You could, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's like the next level, right? Yeah. Let's go left leg, left leg. So again, trying to keep that opposite knee up and cycle. There you go. Good. Yeah, again, we're not playing like hopscotch. Okay, we want to be in this position. Okay, then I go lateral. Okay, so I don't know, just preference. I always, whatever direction we're going, I do the outside leg, I guess. When you're doing this, some things to look for. The kids will definitely try and like lean and like fall through the drill. So telling them keep their hips square, take their time. Okay. Absorb the shock, right? Be in control, and then keeping that knee and that toe point in the same way. Because again, they're going to try and get through it as quickly as they can, and they just like start to turn and they fall through it. Okay. So again, keep your hips square. Go for it. Yeah, single leg.
How's it?
It's all good. And then face same direction. The other leg, go. Switch legs, switch legs. Good. Lateral push-offs. I got these from actually figure skaters. Okay, so lateral push-off is going to be that back leg, and then you're going to just stick the landing and then switch. Okay, so push off, stick the landing, switch the leg. So driving that opposite leg. Go for it. And same way, going back, or switch legs. So again, really strengthening those surrounding muscles in our knee, working our hip, okay? That ankle stability, all good things that we need. Okay, go ahead and walk back. Won't have you guys do lily pads because of space, but basically a lily pad is just going to zigzag, okay? And again, sticking the landing, okay, absorbing the shock. And then I'll go hot lava where they'll do it quickly. When they do that, all they try and do is just like run like this, okay? So again, it's still trying to do the like serpentine quick pattern, like American Ninja Warrior. So lily pads and then a broad jump. So I'll do 5 consecutive broad jumps, and their goal each week is to try and get a little bit further. Okay, last drill we're gonna try is the pogo drill, okay? So we're gonna do these in place first. I feel that's the best way to like first introduce this drill. So again, with pogos, you're really focusing on just creating force with the balls of our feet and trying to really pull our toes up and get the feeling of us like floating, okay? So we're gonna do it in place. So all you're gonna do is just this. Go for it. Try not to have your feet come out. You wanna keep your feet underneath you. Good. We're trying to keep our legs straight, but pull our toes up for this first one, okay? So first one, we're gonna go minis. So again, we're just right here. So notice I'm really trying to pull my feet up, stay nice and tall, slight knee bend, okay? Go ahead. Eyes up. Very good. Next one, go mini. So we're gonna try and go up over our ankle. So a little bit more of a knee bend. Again, it's kind of like a bound, okay, but without the like full extension. Okay, go for it. Very good. And then next one, we're gonna try and go a little bit higher to our calf, okay? So a little bit more knee bend here. So again, we're bounding in place. Okay, go for it. Very nice. All right, let's try and put it all together. Okay, so you're gonna go do like a couple steps. Normally I'd have like cones out, okay, or do like 5 yards, 10 yards, okay? So we're gonna go mini for a couple steps, and then go a little bit higher, and then you'll finish. Okay, so just like a progression, mini, so toes, ankles, calf. And then after that, you would do again, a jog out or a sprint out. Okay, go ahead. Last one. Good. Thanks for participating, you guys. Awesome.